What's up, everybody? We are back on the freeway, the 215 in Las Vegas. So today's talk, I want to talk about fad dieting as we approach New Year's, right? New Year, New You. If you haven't listened to it, go back and watch my New Year, New You YouTube video. I think there's some pretty good information that'll help you. But today what I want to talk about is all the fad diets out there that are, number one, impeding you from progress, and number two, taking that cold hard cash out of your pocket, wasting money on the program itself, wasting money on whatever bogus supplements the purveyor is suggesting you purchase, the secret pill to your success, which we know is not true. Buying a grocery list full of food that is just not appropriate to fuel your gains. So when we talk about fad dieting, what is a fad diet? A fad diet is basically a short-term program that has a lot of hype and marketing behind it, focused on immediate results, or the promise of immediate results, I should say, because a lot of fad diets don't produce any results. After you waste 3-4 weeks or months before you finally determine you just got screwed. In my opinion, through my decades of professional experience overseeing the health, fitness, and weight management of tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of clients, not including the millions of purchasers of our 4 best-selling books, what I've seen is the keto program is not very effective for the majority of the users. Paleo dieting is a sham. Atkins, Zone, CERT, Whole30, what are the other fads out there? Now, some of those have marginal results in a select percentage of the population. But what we focus on at the DOLCE diet is the maximum amount of progress for the highest percentage of people, because we're trying to change the world. And what we found through our years of research, our countless in-depth consultations and the administration of health and fitness programs, not to mention medical nutrition therapy, which describes the work with elite athletes in weight class dominated sports. What we found is the consumption of whole foods or real food or earth-grown nutrients in a wide variety, as close to its original form as possible when it comes to preparation and processing. Products such as that retain the highest micronutrient level. And why is that important? Well, our body is a cellular organism. Our skin, to our bones, to our organs. We're simply a big bag of sloshy cells sticking together. All of this is a facade, essentially. So at a cellular level, the body has very specific needs that are not satisfied by counting macros. Protein, carbohydrates, fats, we'll throw fiber in there. Your cells don't care about your macros. Your cells only care about your micros. Micronutrients are catalysts for all cellular activity, which includes muscle growth, fat oxidation, the elasticity of your skin, collagen production, go further into visuospatial awareness for you athletes. Cardiac function, kidney function, liver function, organ function. So, regardless of whether or not you are a high-class athlete or you simply want to get laid this summer, you need to be focused more on micronutrient consumption. And most of these meal plans are exclusionary meal plans. The keto diet, and I'll go back to keto for a minute. Keto diet basically says, hey, you want to lose weight? You want to look good, feel great? Well, guess what? You can't operate on carbohydrates anymore. You have to operate on ketones, on fat. The only way to truly be optimized is to stop consuming carbohydrate to a level that some can debate, but uniformly, those would say no more than 40 grams of carbohydrates per day, which is ridiculous. Again, ridiculous. Now, those who follow keto and swear by keto on your Instagram feed are likely not in ketosis. Why is this? Simply because in order to be in ketosis, you can only take in approximately 10% of total calories from protein, or you risk activating a process in the liver called gluconeogenesis, where your body actively converts the amino acids from the protein into glucose to be used preferentially as a fuel source. So most people who are on these low carbohydrate ketocentric diets are not in ketosis because their body is converting the protein they're consuming, because they don't realize they have to dramatically reduce protein intake also in order to be in ketosis. They don't do that because they still want to make them gains, so they're eating a gram or two of protein per pound of body weight. 150 to 300 grams for the average adult male they're consuming, which is ideal if you have a well-balanced diet, including carbohydrate from the right carbs. But again, those who believe they're in ketosis are not in ketosis. Also, those who assume that they're in ketosis once or twice a week have a carbohydrate refeed, because that's what they've read on their favorite online fitness news source from Joe Pencilneck reporter spitting out convoluted information, and you have to have a refeed. So they binge on pizza and cake and burgers and fries and whatever else. And what does this do? If they were in ketosis, this immediately kicks them out. Also, all credible science shows it takes much longer than 3 days to become what's known as fat adapted, or simply in a state of ketosis. You can't think that if you've been living for the last 15, 20, 30, 40 years on carbohydrates as your primary fuel source, in just 3 short days, your body will automatically become magically fat adapted. It doesn't happen. All credible science, and you can research this, all credible science shows this can take as few as 2 to 4 weeks, possibly up to 3 months of living a low to no carbohydrate lifestyle in order to eventually get into ketosis. So when I talk about fad diets, people think that they're in keto because it's well marketed, it's popular, it's hip, it's sexy right now, because keto sounds cool. I like to say keto, 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 keto. But they're simply on a low carbohydrate diet, and that's what creates the initial weight loss. Typically, they've been eating shit carbs. That's why they start to feel better, because they're not eating the processed carbohydrates anymore. They're not eating the breads and the heavy pastas and the cakes and the French fries and all the other crap carbs that we never suggest. We don't endorse. So they feel better because now they're not eating processed carbohydrates. Good thing. They lose weight because they've dramatically dropped their carbohydrate intake. Okay thing. But what happens? Usually within the first 2 to 3 weeks, after that initial weight drop, they plateau. And when that weight drop plateaus, they start training harder, but they don't have energy because they don't have carbs, and they're not in ketosis because they're not fat adapted. And they keep kicking themselves out on their binge and refeeds. So then, what does the body start doing? The body starts breaking down muscle tissue, which the body will do to use those amino acids for fuel. The body literally starts to eat itself to survive. And what does it eat first? Preferentially, the body will eat your muscle tissue before body fat, and the body will actually store body fat. So, what's the fix to this? And paleo, I've talked about paleo before. Exclusionary diet, once again. Paleo says oats are bad. Grains are bad. You cannot eat oats or rice or quinoa. Craziness. And a myriad of other very essential nutrients. Micronutrient dense foods. It makes no sense. Again, paleo, good marketing, sounds cool. They build a box around themselves to differentiate themselves from other products. Now, unfortunately, try as I might, I cannot patent spinach, nor can I patent oats, nor can I patent blueberries, nor can I patent quinoa. I can't patent any of these food products. But what I can do is I can share with you the information that the world's greatest athletes use daily to train, to fuel, to feed their body, and to perform at elite levels, winning multiple world titles and winning multiple Olympic medals and winning multiple world championships and making millions and tens of hundreds of millions of dollars in career earnings. And then the 2,000 people per year who actually come through the Dolce Diet Center in Las Vegas and work with one of our team of dietitians. None of them are on a low carb, no carb diet. Zero. Yet we produce some of the most astounding, consistent results of any nutrition team I'm aware of. Now, why is this? For those that follow the fat diet or the paleo diet, I'll call it the exclusionary diets, the no grain diets. If your program works so well, in theory, why does the Dolce diet work so well in reality? When we do essentially what is contrary to what you say, and we produce it consistently at elite levels, where there's no margin for error. There's zero margin for error at the level in which that we work with our elite clientele. We also have the benefit, again, of 2,000 regular people to come through our offices per year, and we have that hard data on our desk to review. Now, if what I'm saying is not true, at least one of those 2,000 people per year will watch this video and say, Dolce, that's bullshit. You had me follow keto and I felt great. You've never seen that. It won't happen because it's not true. And we'll pull the data and say, this is what Joe ate. Half a cup of oatmeal, blah, 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 blah. And we'll go through. We won't name Joe's name per se because we take the HIPAA code very seriously. That's a digression. But my point is, don't follow these fad diets. You should be fueling yourself with real food in a wide variety. The most nutrient-dense food on the planet is what you should be consuming on a daily basis. But you should express moderation in your diet. And what does that mean? That means, bodybuilders, I'm talking to you, I don't only eat broccoli as my green for every single meal, 6 meals a day for a 16-week training camp or a prep. We should have broccoli and spinach and asparagus and kale and Brussels sprouts and chard and a myriad of other vital nutrients. Same thing with fruits. Same thing with other vegetables and produce items. Same thing with nuts. Same thing with seeds. Same thing with meats. We rotate all of our sources. And that's what I want to push upon you guys. A wide variety of highly dense micronutrient foods. That's what matters most. Don't go crazy. Don't worry about counting calories. Be conscious, but don't go crazy about it. Eat real food until you're satisfied, not until you're full. Fuel yourself for what you're about to do or to recover from what you just did. That's what we should be doing and talking about. Allow your training stimuli to push you forward, to facilitate this progress. That's the talk of the day. Hopefully it's helped you. I'm pulling into the hotel right now. I got some business to handle. Subscribe to this channel if you like what I'm talking about. Leave comments. Give me a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Go to thedolcediet.com right now. Sign up for our 4-week or 12-week online training program, training and diet program. Use promo code DOLCE10 and save 10%. It's fucking awesome. I'll talk to you guys soon. Boom.